Hello heretics and welcome to Trench Talk ADEPTICON reveal, Creaturecaster reveal. Creaturecaster has, like Westphalia, teamed up with the Factory Fortress to reveal a new faction and new models for us. And if Creaturecaster's history is anything to go by, they will be disgusting and amazing. I've seen pictures, on their new kind of resin, which holds good quality, but the main selling point might be that they don't need to be cleaned before they are primed and painted. So that's pretty neat. And what does this reveal entail? It's a subfaction for the Black Grail. A Black Grail is, as you know, the Black Death in our timeline, and the inspiration for Nurgle in 40k Warhammer, and the Great Hunger subfaction, which Creaturecaster will kickstart in later this year. And what it is that it's more than just the Black Grail. It's the disease itself. Like it says, it doesn't march, it just spreads. It just wants to defy creation and just corrupt it. And it has some interesting rules to it. It will be, the Kickstarter will be 22 miniatures, new miniatures, and they will all have special rules in this subfaction. They will all have the keyword hunger. What might that entail? Is it anything like the ogre's hunger in Warhammer? Like, will they be faster if they haven't eaten? Will they be more ferocious? We don't know and can only speculate. But if we're thinking disease and we're thinking like zombie mode, making more infection markers or being faster or something like that would be my guess. And 22 miniatures, they will be sold as STLs, and they will also be sold in physical copies with their own resin then. And two of them will be, I'm told, very freaky and big miniatures. One of them will be a special character that's very fast and ferocious. And one of them will be more of a buffing unit that will have some kind of buff to all models or units around it with the hunger keyword. And that's pretty interesting, and I feel, as I said in my podcast with Feel No Paint, that I feel like my competitive Age of Sigmar kind of thinking comes back, and with, you know, standing in auras and stuff like that, it's fun, and I can't wait for the miniatures to drop. They reveal the lore, which you can find at Scanner Barkley's YouTube channel, as always, but they haven't yet really revealed the artwork or the miniatures or the rules, but as always, you know where to find it. So June 2025, you can get your hands on the Kickstarter for these models, and on the Creaturecaster Kickstarter, and for $120 or so, you will get your hands on all the STLs. The physical copies, I've heard, will be more or less plastic Games Workshop prices you're used to. And yeah, it's not super cheap, but it's also a premium product like all the previous Creaturecaster models. So let's hope for some reveals of artwork or models sometime in the near future. The summer feels far away now, but what can we do? So let's discuss the Great Hunger and its units and what they might entail. The Great Hunger itself is a sickness which does not conquer. It doesn't conquer lands. It does not need lands. It just needs to corrupt and consume. We've got a unit type called the Infected or Hunger Spawn, and these would be, I think, your zombie chef kind of units. They aren't very smart, they aren't individuals, they're just corrupted by endless hunger. And the more they feed, they are more and more reshaped into monsters. We've got the got hags, which I spoke about earlier, which was kind of the buffing unit. I think this will be a disgusting model. Maybe akin to like the brood mothers of Skaven in my head. That's the thing we're getting. And since Beelzebub hates creation, and especially the Great Hunger, this is a twisted version of life itself. They infect pregnant mothers, and they will become the hag. Will this be translated into the rules? Like, will it somehow make new units? Maybe make new infected? Maybe, like, as you attack it, you spread more disease? And, yeah, they just sound horrible. Like, they have horrible, the lore describes them as having horrible cries. Like from a wailing mother, and can't wait to paint that. Butcher Knights. I think this is their version of the Plague Knights, and the Plague Knights are quite, slow, very tanky, quite killy. The Butcher Knights would be, I think, less tanky in some way. Like, they won't have like a -2 armor. They might have some other kind of debuff, like always -1 to hit, perhaps, and some ferocious thing to them, like maybe their weapons, like they have to take certain weapons, because I do not think these kits will be very multipart. I think they will be like, you get this weapon, and they will have like a huge butchering axe, and they will be strong, and they will be tough, perhaps. And yeah, I like the name Butcher Knight. Prowlers. I think in the name and the description of the lore that these might be the dogs, and they might be more killy and less fast. And as they also have the hunger keyword, will become more fast if they don't feed. That's my theory and my take on it, and yeah, can't wait to see the model. Finally, we got the new unit, Gregory Gula. And I love that name. It sounds like a frontman of Dark Funeral. And it is, I'm thinking, the Warhound from the Heretics, like, but on Black Grail steroids. Like, it would be, it's described as an ultra-fast skirmisher unit. Very killy, and yeah, I just don't know what more to say without having seen the models or the artwork. It's the imagination of mega Black Grail is just buzzing.